What is up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's Teacher Shanice. Have you did your homework yet? Have y'all subscribed? And then let someone else know to follow Teacher Shanice, and then let that friend know, to let another friend know, to let another friend know. Did y'all do that yet? Take care of the homework first, okay? And then come back here. But guess what, y'all? I'm gonna finally jumpstart off my story times. And I told y'all I owe y'all 2 series, right? So I owe y'all Clown and I owe y'all Haley. Today I'm gonna jumpstart y'all off with the Haley series, okay? And I'm going to start y'all off almost in the middle, almost tail end, and then wrap y'all back around, okay? So this is Storytime Girls Trip to Vegas horror story. I know, right? Like, I know y'all done heard hella horror stories on YouTube about girls trips, but this one is different because it wasn't the whole group of people. It was just this one person that really made this experience worse than what it had to be. So let's get it. Let's tune in. Y'all ready? Story time. Listen up. Give y'all no whole long introduction to anything. Y'all already know who I am. Y'all already know what y'all need to do. Let's go ahead and jumpstart y'all into this story, okay? So Haley, let's start it off. For those of you who are new and like, who the hell is Haley? You know, Haley is a friend that I used to have. That friendship that probably shouldn't have never started, if we being real, but it did. So it's about a friend that she'd end up not being all that great of a friend when it was all said and done. She was masked as if she was one, but as time went on, I started to see what people were telling me all along, that she really wasn't your friend, okay? So let's talk about the story, the girls trip story time. Okay, boom, so let's get it. The year is 2014, 2015. It's between these 2 years. I always get them mixed up, but I want to say it's 2015, okay? So this is around the time where I ended things with Clown, right? Clown is the other series I gotta give y'all. Ended things with this fool, and I was just like feeling like myself again, pretty much, right? In the group chat with my friends was like, you know what? Let's take a trip. We haven't been on a vacation in a long time. I think prior to this, the last time I went on vacation with my friends was like Miami, and that was like 2012, I want to say. That's how long it had been since we had been traveling. Okay, so I get in the group chat with my friends like, yo, what's up? Y'all trying to ride out? Like, let's go on the trip. So in this group chat, let's go ahead and get the names out the way now. So we got Haley. That's our main character right now. Then there's me, of course. Then I have a friend named Camille. I have a friend named Sky. And I have a friend named, let's call her Kyla, because I can't think of another name for her right now. So we got me, Haley, Sky, Camille, and Kyla, okay? And I have another friend. Her name is Daisy, but she didn't end up not going on the trip, but she's still a part of the story in a way, kind of. But anyway, just so you won't get confused, those are our characters. Let's do it again. It's me, Haley, Sky, Camille, and Kyla, okay? So I jump in the group chat. I say, what's up, y'all? Let's go on a trip. So we all throwing places around like, what about Miami? What about Vegas? What about this? I was like, hey, yo, keep in mind, this now, to give you a timeline, this happened around Memorial Day weekend. At this point in time, no one went to Memorial Day weekend in Miami because that was the most ratchet time to be in Miami. You didn't want to be down there if you didn't want all that ratchet activity. So we was like, Miami is absolutely out. We not going down there for no mess. So I say, what about Vegas? Everybody was like, oh, that's fly. Because at the time, I feel like only me and Kyla had been to Vegas at this time. I don't think Sky or Camille, I know for a fact Sky and Camille hadn't been yet, but I don't know about Haley because Haley could have been, but not for the reason we were going. You know what I'm saying? Like in passing or something. But me and Kyla went for her 21st birthday. So we had been to Vegas already. Like, it'd be dope because I hadn't been since then. At this point, I'm like 24, 25 years old. So yeah, we hadn't been on no trip since I was like 22-ish, I want to say. It was a long time ago. That's all you need to know, right? So we ended up deciding on Vegas. So first, as soon as we decided on that, we started looking at dates. And we like, okay, we gonna definitely go for Memorial Day weekend because that's the time where you don't have to take as much time off from work. And, you know, it's a holiday, so it's gonna be lit, right? So we was like, yeah, let's do it. So Daisy ended up not being able to go because when we were in the group chat, she was like, sorry, y'all, I might have to bow out of this one because she found out she was pregnant. Boo boo. So I'm just kidding. No, she was pregnant, so she was out. So that was that. So it ended up only being me, Haley, Camille, Sky, and Kylie. So once we locked down our group, we was like, okay, we going on these dates. This is that we gonna fly out. Now at this time, we all lived in different states. Okay, that is very important to know. We all lived in different states. I was still here in Michigan. My friends were scattered all over the U.S. at this time. So, but the only person I'm gonna tell you her state is Halle. Halle at the time was in California. Okay, that's kind of important to know. But anyway, so yeah, we picking out where we want to stay. Now, I typically like staying on the strip, but because this was Memorial Day weekend, they was taxing. At this point in time, we ain't have as much money as we got now. Like, now I don't really care what the price is. If I want to stay at Caesars, I'm staying at Caesars, right? You know? But back then, we didn't make that much money, so we kind of had to stay within a budget. So we decided to stay at this place called the Platinum. Now, the Platinum is like, it's off strip. It's a little bit behind the strip. It's actually behind the Cromwell, I want to say. But it's in walking distance to the strip, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's not that far of a walk from the strip. It's probably about a block or two, but I wouldn't go back to this hotel just because I like to stay on the strip. But if you don't mind being on the strip, it's a decent hotel. It's all right. So anyway, we agreed on that because that was the hotel that fit our budget, and it would fit as many people that were going. And we were like, we don't mind. At this point, we ain't mind walking. We was young, like we didn't care about that. So that was that. We got that situated. So here's how this went down. Kyla put the hotel on her credit card because otherwise there would be no, it's like the only other way would be we have to wait for everybody to like ante up the money and then send to one person and then book. And at that point you're wasting time. Like you talking about Memorial Day weekend in Vegas. You think you're the only person that's going to Vegas on Memorial Day weekend? We got to kind of make a move, right? So Kyla was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my credit card. Y'all just give me the money back. I said, okay, bet. So, it was a nice amount of money because, like I said, it's a Memorial Day weekend. It's a nice size suite, right? So we was like, bet. We'll just go out with the money. And now, at this point in time, there was no Cash App. There was no Apple Pay. The only way you could get money to another person is if you Western Union it or you put it directly in their bank account. Lucky for her, she had a bank account that was national. So she gave us her account number. We just put the money in her account. Done deal. Here's the issue. I paid her. Camille paid her. Sky paid her. Halle didn't pay her when we all paid her. You know, when it comes to stuff like this, you're not trying to like necessarily hound people about money. But after a while, Kyla was kind of like, yo, Halle, when you plan on paying for your portion of the hotel? In the group chat. And Haley's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get it to you. I get paid this week. I don't know. She gave her some kind of BS answer. So Kyle's all right, bet, right? So at this point, now we're booking flights. We got our hotel together. Now we're booking flights. Now, like I said, remember, I'm coming out of Michigan. Actually, Kyla came out of Michigan too because Kyla was visiting family here. So she was like, you know what? I'm gonna just fly in, visit them, then fly with you to Vegas, and then fly back to where I live. I was all right, bet. That's cool. So then Sky and Camille booked from where they was living at the time. And then Halle didn't have to book a hotel because she was living in Riverside, California, right? So it was like a 3-hour drive for her. Let her tell it. I don't know if it's really a 3-hour drive. Now, she's known to exaggerate things, but she said it was a 3-hour, 4-hour drive. So she was like, I'm not going to fly. I'm just going to drive in. He's like, all right, cool. Now, I personally didn't think she should do that, but I understand trying to save money because I just don't like the idea of driving around in Vegas. Like, I don't like the idea of going up and down the strip trying to find somewhere to park. It was just, to me, that's just too much. She cool with it, I guess, you know? So anyway, so she's like, I'm just gonna drive in, so she didn't book a flight. He's like, all right. So then she also says, well, let me know when everyone's flying in because then I can just pick everybody up from the airport. We was like, okay, bet. Because other than that, you have to get a taxi. Yeah, because I don't even think Lyft and Uber was a thing at the time. If it was, I don't remember it. I remember being in a lot of taxis around this time. So we was like, bet, you know, cool. Even though like throughout the trip, we really didn't plan on like driving anywhere because everything's like on the strip. So, but I mean, like I said, she's there. So I guess let's get it. But I want y'all to understand something. No one asked her for this. This is something she decided to do because I said, you sure you don't want to fly out? That way you don't have to worry about paying for parking and this and that. She's like, no, that's cool. It's cool. Okay, keep that in mind. So boom, we all booked flights. We got the hotel booked. We in there. Now we talking about outfits with these things we want to do. Now this particular weekend, it was jumping. Chris Brown had a party. Kevin Hart had a party. Snoop Dogg had a party. Diddy had a party. Not a party I would go to, but Diddy had a party. If I knew what I know now back then, I for sure wouldn't be going to no Diddy party, but I didn't go regardless. Nas had a party. That's just the people that I know of, like, that I kept hearing. Rick Ross, I think, had a party. But we all settled on Breezy. We're going to Chris Brown's party, okay? Out of all them people I named, who you think we was finna go? Who party you think we was finna go to? At this time, when we saw the tickets, they was like, what, 60 for women, 80 for men, something like that. I'm not opposed to paying those kind of prices to get into clubs like Vegas and Miami, because I already know how that go. And then you gotta keep in mind, I was a party promoter, so this makes sense to me, okay? I already know what the play is. So I was like, yo, y'all listen, if we don't get these tickets for Chris Brown now, they're gonna go up. So we gotta make a decision. Are we going or are we not? And it's like, cool, we going. So we all book a ticket. Boom, we in that Chris Brown party. So we geek. Because if we don't have nothing else, we got that, right? Now we talking outfits. We talking about, you know, oh, I think I'm gonna wear this, I'm gonna wear that, da 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 da. And Kyla is kind of like, yeah, I hear y'all, but Haley, where's my money? You know? Because as we're talking, time is winding down. Like, we planned this, like, I want to say 2 months in advance of Memorial Day weekend. So we're talking about March. So I can understand why Kyla would be like, listen, because this is the thing. Sidebar, me and all my friends are very good with money. We take care of our credit. We have very good credit. We pay our bills on time, in full. And so when you're talking about putting over $700, $800 on your credit card, nobody trying to leave that unpaid. You know what I'm saying? For too long, especially when it's something that you didn't do by yourself. Like, this is something you did to secure for a group of people. You want your money back. Yeah, it may seem like, yeah, we all give her money and she paid it, but it's like now it's a big chunk of money missing that she shouldn't have to pay because that's on somebody else. She already paid her portion. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, where's my money? And Haley kept BSing her around. So now Kyla's getting annoyed. She's like,
send the motherfucking fines.
Almost like, I shouldn't have did this. But it really wasn't because of us. It's because somebody is just playing around with the money. You know what I'm saying? So it is, I want to say 3 to 4 days before we fly out, right? All of a sudden, Haley gets in a group chat and says, hey, y'all, I don't think I'm going to go.
Huh?
Because, okay, this is not how she said it. I'm going to paraphrase it so it can make sense for y'all, because if I don't remember exactly like word for word what she said. But basically what was happening was she either lost her debit cards or they were not usable. I don't know. Anyway, either way it goes, she had no access to the money in her bank accounts. And she only had, I want to say maybe a credit card and so much cash, right? So she was saying that she wasn't going to go because, you know, money locked up. Okay, I feel that. You shouldn't go. So nobody said no. We were just like, the thing was like, this is 3 days before the trip. In my mind, if I had that kind of an issue, I'm at the banks. Like, what can I do? Like, she never once said like, well, this is what the bank said. She just said, oh, I don't have access to my bank account. So to me, that set off a red flag to me at the time. But at the same time, I was like, I don't want to do that because what if she might really be locked out of her accounts, you know? So, but I'm like, okay, well, what did the bank say? And she didn't respond to that. That's why I was like, So she was like, but I'm gonna try to make it work. No, you're not.
No, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not.
If your money not right, there is no way to make this work, baby. You just gotta take an L. You just gotta fall back. Because it's not like you got a flight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were talking about driving down. So you're not really losing nothing. It's not like you paid for a flight and you also haven't paid Kyla for the hotel. So you don't have anything to lose. If you backed out right now, it would be like, okay, we would have to just front your end of the hotel because you last minute decided you're not going. So she was like, when she said, well, I'm going to try to make it. Kyla says, no, if your money ain't right, stay back. And I'm laughing, but it's true. Like, all jokes aside, that's facts. If your money not right, why would you try and make a trip work? Like, Vegas is not the place for that. If you going, there's no place I can think of that's good for that. But for sure not Vegas, because Vegas is a high roller city. You need to have your funds in order before you touch down in the city. You hear me? So we was just like, I don't know. She was looking for us to be like, don't worry about it, friend. We'll take care of everything you need. No, I wasn't in a position to do that at the time. And even if I was, no. Because it's one thing if you just kind of like short on something. Like, friend, don't worry about it. I got you, you know. But I'm not going to tell nobody that hasn't paid for a hotel We ain't even got down there yet, and she ain't got no money. We supposed to just front the whole trip for her, like it's her birthday or something. Like, no. So nobody said nothing. So the only person that said something was Kylie when she was like, yo, if your money ain't right, stay back, you know? So Halle didn't say nothing. So in our minds, it's three to 4 days before the trip, and she's saying that. We just thinking that it's gonna be down to the 4 of us, right? So I text Kylie, was like, yo, whatever happens, I'm gonna try to get you whatever Halle owed you. I can't do the whole portion, but you know, I'm gonna try to get, you know, part of it. And then Camille was like, yeah, facts, like I'll put in extra to try to get you as close to 0 as possible. And Sky the same thing. And she's like, all right, y'all, I appreciate y'all, you know, because I know this is inconvenient. We all kind of already had a budget, and you would think 3 to 4 days you'd be straight, but you know, whatever. So we was like, yeah, don't worry about it, we got you. So that happens, right? Boom! It's the night before we all fly out. We all high in energy. We geek like heck shit. We about to turn it. It's about to be a good time, right? Here come Halle in the group chat like, hey y'all, let me know what time y'all touch down so I can pick y'all up.
Wait a damn minute. Wait a
Didn't you say you wasn't going because your money wasn't right? Now, I didn't ask. In my mind, this is what I was thinking. If someone once said that their money's not right, let me say this on YouTube. No, I got a damn shirt on because AB done said, girl, you gonna hear butt ass naked. Anyway, so move this back a little bit or something so they can see I got a shirt on, okay? So, I'm not in the business of counting other people's money, okay? In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, she said before that, you know, money was locked up and she ain't had no way of getting to her accounts. Maybe she got it figured out. You know, I just didn't feel the need to ask her like, oh, what about your money? You know, I feel like as a grown woman, if you decided to make a decision like this, then common sense would tell you that, oh, it's because I fixed my financial situation. That's what I'm thinking, right? So everybody was like, okay, so you going on? She's like, yeah, I'm going. Okay, cool. I was like, so we all let her know we was touching down. And so again, Kyle was like, what about the money for the hotel, Halle? She was like, oh, I'm gonna give it to you when we get there. Cause my cars is locked up, right? So Kyle was like, I
don't like that shit. For sure, bro. I don't like that shit.
So Kyle off the rip had a bad feeling. I still had some faith in her. I was like, well, she might come with your money. You know, she might come. Maybe she gotta get it in cash because, you know, she said she had access to her account. Maybe she can't go in the bank. Maybe she got it in cash. And Kyle was like, somehow I doubt it. And I was like, so I was like, let's just go. Let's have a good time. Either way, go. We know you're gonna get it taken care of. Don't worry about it. So we fly out. It's day we fly out. I feel like Halle had to have got there early in the day because she was already in Vegas at like noon. We didn't fly out till like noon. Me and Kyla, and then Sky had a late flight because she didn't get in till like 6. And then Camille got in a little bit after Halle touched down, I want to say, because Camille was the first person she picked up, right? So Camille was like, just touched down. I'm with Halle now. We just riding around and we just, you know, when y'all touch down, let us know. We said, bet. So me and Kyla, we on the plane. Kyla kind of loosened up a little bit, like, yeah, we about to have a good time. We about to da-da-da-da-da, you know. But I know in the back of her mind, she like, that bitch better have my money. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her for that, okay? Because I don't play about my money. So, boom, we touched down in Vegas. We had McCarran International. He's ding, 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 ding. Because all the slot machines going off. It's lit. As soon as I touch down, I'm already in vacation mode. I'm already like, what's the move? I'm ready to get outside, right? So we let Halle and Camille know that we just touched down. They said, bet we about to put around to come get y'all. We said, bet. So we go out to where you get picked up at. We get in the car. We turn. I was like, hey y'all, and everybody's like, hey, whatever. You know how that goes. You know how girls do when they get together for the first time in a long time. So everybody geek except Kyla. She's like, Halle, that money, please. He was like, okay, yeah, once we get settled to the hotel, you know, you know, she just kind of, she didn't say I'm gonna give it to you, but she just said, you know, let's get settled in the hotel or whatever, and we'll handle it. Something like that she said. So we like, me and Camille like, ooh. So we end up going to the hotel. Of course, Kyla has to check us in because she booked it. There was a discrepancy, but I don't remember what it was. It was real quick because Kyla handled it, and that was that. I don't know if the room wasn't ready or something. I don't know. We get into the room, nice suite. It's like a kitchen, We had a rollaway bed. They had an actual bedroom. Then we had the pull-out bed. Like I told y'all, cause like at this point in time, my age, we would have to get 2 rooms, you know. But at that point in time, we were younger. You know, we was willing to bunk up like that, and our money wasn't as long as it is now. We had enough money to do what we wanted to do with ease, but not like how it would be now. Okay, so. But it was cool. We wasn't tripping. You know, we came with the liquor. We started opening up liquor bottles because me and Camille like, let's take shots. Like, F it, we here now. And Hayes like, yeah. Kyle's like, hold up. Let's take care of that business first, and then we can take shots.
Let's take care of this business. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got that paper.
So me and Camille like, oh, okay. So then that's when Haley says, well, I'm probably gonna have to get it to you like after the trip because. Something about I don't remember what the reason it was, but it was something about some money. It was something about she ain't had the money, she ain't had access, and I do remember her saying something like she only had a. I do remember her saying something like she only had like $150 in cash on her. Baby, I beg your pardon. You said what? Did you know we was in Vegas? $150 ain't gonna get you through the next hour, baby. Are you dumb? Like, you gotta get through 4 days with $150 in cash and you don't have no access to any of your bank accounts? What were you thinking? So, Kyla was like, okay, well then give me that. And she's like, but then I won't have any money to spend. Kyla was heated, okay? Kyla was like heated because she was like, you really kind of messing me up because I had a plan on how I want to pay this hotel off my credit card, and I feel like you stringing me along. So they was about to like, they weren't about to get into it, but Kyla's about to get into it with her. Let's put it like that. Kyla was like, I feel like you stringing me along. I feel like you probably shouldn't have came on the ship if your money wasn't right, because now you're saying you only have $150 to carry you through the whole duration of the trip, and meanwhile I'm without my money. This is not cool, Haley. So I'm like, all right, look. I said, you know what? If it come down to it, if we gotta handle it after the fact, just know we gonna get you your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just didn't want the trip to be ruined. But at the same time, I wasn't in a position to tell Kyla not to be upset about her money. This is her card. I'm not worried about it because it's not my credit card. Had it been my credit card, I'd have been on the same type of time as her. Like, girl, what? Like, I don't do business like this, you know? So I understood where Kyla was coming from, but I guess I was being selfish because I was like, I don't want to ruin the trip. But girl, please, fuck a trip when you tell me my money messed up, right? So Kyla's in a bad mood. Kyla's not in a good mood. I could see that, and I was like, oh man. So then Sky texts the group chat. I was like, hey y'all, I just touched down. So she had just touched down. About to deplane, about to deboard the plane or whatever. So then Haley was like, okay, I'm on my way. So Haley leaves the hotel. All this ripping and running. I don't understand why she wanted to do any of this, but I'm like, I guess this is her card, not mine. So she's, I'm about to go pick up Sky and I'll be back. He's like, all right, cool. So now in the hotel room is me, Camille, and Kyla. Kyla going off. She's like, why the fuck would she bring her ass on this trip when she knew she ain't had no funds? Now she's talking about she only got so much money in cash, and can we even really believe that? Who would really come to Vegas with $150? I was like, listen, that's not nothing I would do. I don't go out of town with that little bit of money, but maybe. I was like, but I feel what you're saying. Like, she definitely should have took care of that business. And Camille was like, yeah, that ain't cool. Like, if you agreed to pay somebody for the hotel and you agreed to stay in the hotel room, you need to come off that money, right? So we had that conversation, but then we squashed it because Camille was like, you know what, Kyla, take a shot, man. Like, you can't let this ruin your trip. We gon' handle that money, but we here now. Let's have a good time. So she's like, you right. So we started taking shots. We trying to loosen up some. So we doing that. We started playing music. We starting to turn up a little bit, and then what's her name? Haley comes back with Sky. So when Sky get there, she like, hey y'all. We like, hey y'all, hey. But Kyla, it's like once she saw Haley's face again, she kind of went right back into that mood like,
I'm about to beat this bitch up.
Yeah. So I understood, because I'm like, when it's me, I know what it feel like for somebody to owe me money and I got to sit up under them all day, you know? So we was like, you know what? Let's get dressed. Let's go get dinner. Let's just find us some moves. We was like, bet. So we all getting dressed. We got music playing. We taking shots in between, doing our makeup and stuff. You know, typical girl trip stuff. So we decided to go to this place called Hard Rock Cafe because it wasn't far from where we were staying. It was far enough because I don't know why the hell we walked there. Why did we get a cab? We probably got one going to the strip because I don't remember us walking from that place to the strip. Anyway, neither here nor there. So we get to Hard Rock Cafe. Now, here's the thing. Me, Sky, Camille, and Kyla, we can do what we want to do because we got money to be on this trip. You know what I'm saying? Like, we budgeted the money to come on this trip. But if I want to order me surf and turf with the lamb chops, with the lobster tails, with the crab legs, and 2 drinks, I can do that because I can pay for it. You know what I'm saying? But when somebody owes you money and they claiming they ain't got no access to no bank cards and no bank accounts, you pay close attention to what they doing, right? So, all right, boom. So, Halle orders. I remember her clear as day ordering a steak and lobster, and on the side she had a side of Alfredo, and she ordered a drink. Now listen, I'm not saying the girl can't eat because, you know, she ain't, you know, but it just seems to me for someone to only have under $200 to their name for 4 days, why would you get that big of a meal? You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to be planning this. It's the first night. You got to get through breakfast, lunch, dinner 3 more times. Like, so personally, I would not have did all of that. I mean, and like I said, I can't tell her what to do with her money, but to me, it don't look good for you to spend that kind of money on that and you owe somebody something. You see what I'm saying? Do y'all get what I'm saying? First of all, we like, dang, that's a lot for somebody who only got so much money in cash on them. But then also, it's like, do you have the money to pay for this? Because that's starting to rack up. Hard Rock Cafe wasn't super expensive. But keep in mind, it's Vegas, so it also wasn't super cheap either. So, you know, I don't really eat a whole lot. So I just have my Alfredo, my drink. You know, I'm cooling it. But we all looking to make sure, like, what if she pull a card out, completely forgetting the plot, forgetting the lie, and it's like, we about to beat your ass. So the bills come around. I pay. Everybody paid. We watching to see how Halle gonna pay. Because it's like, you said you ain't had no money. Well, you got some money, but you said you ain't had no cards, and you only got so much in cash. I just want to see how this gonna go. So we all kind of like discreetly watching to see what she gonna do. And she paid it in cash, but I couldn't really tell how much money she really had. I really wasn't looking like, you know, trying to be all over the table, but I can't tell you if she had $150 or not. I don't really know. Like, it seemed like it was more than that to me, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's just the bill she got. I don't know. I'm not trying to, whatever. We got a lot of story to go. So that happens. Cool, whatever. So then we decide to walk around the strip to find us a move because, like I said, it's more the weekend, so it ain't gonna be hard to find out where to go. The problem gonna be how much are you willing to pay to get in these places. So we first went to we went to Mirage. RIP to Mirage, because I just realized that they're not the hotel down, they building something different. But we went to One Oak to see if something was popping at One Oak. And I feel like One Oak was like filming for Keeping Up with the Kardashians, so they was like overtaxing. It's like, I don't care about the Kardashians to give y'all $150 to get in nobody's club. You dumb. So we was like, on One Oak, right? So then we just walk. I think we walked across the street to the Venetian. Venetian has Tao, so we go to Tao. Snoop Dogg had a party there, but to me, they were kind of and it's like, I understand taxing because it's the weekend and you got different celebrities in there, but the price that they wanted, we wasn't willing to pay it for the vibe that we were hearing in there. And then to see Snoop Dogg, I don't really care much to see Snoop Dogg. Plus, I was like, I really don't want to be this person, but it smelled like hella weed in there, and I cannot be around too much smoke too long because it bothers me. It bothers my eyes. It bothers my lung, like my breathing. And I ain't going like I ain't never, you know, hit a blunt or whatever, but when it's just like a cloud of smoke, I can't take that. So we was like, yeah, no, we straight on that. So we said, now me, Camille, Sky, and Kyla was like, yeah, we good. Halle still falling back at Tao, trying to like negotiate with the security guards, and they like, yeah, we can give it to you for this much, but we can't go no lower than that. So she come running back to us like, hey y'all, they said they'll let us in for this much. We was like, Kaylee, we not paying that to get up in there. Like, we don't need, that's not the vibe we looking for. Like, they not even playing our kind of music. Like, it's not. And she's like, well, where we gonna go? Just keep walking. Why do you keep trying to negotiate for a club we all said we all didn't want to go in? Like, and you're not even good at doing that. Like, whatever. So we left. And I think we tried maybe a couple other places. We went to a couple bars, whatever, but we wasn't nothing like too crazy. And we really didn't care because it was the first night, you know? So we like, F it. We don't do nothing tonight. We know we got Chris Brown tomorrow. We know what's gonna be hella stuff going on all weekend. We ain't tripping. So we was like, F it. We just gonna go back home. At this point, it's like 3-ish. It's late in the morning. It's not like early. So we was like, F it. So we go back home. We call it a night, okay? Vegas day 1 down. It's day 2 in Vegas, okay? So we wake up, I won't say bright and early. No, actually it was bright and early, because for us to have got in at 2 or 3, we got up at like 9, I want to say. And what just happened? Anyway, we got up at like 9. We started getting dressed. We were like, let's go, let's get breakfast, let's get our day started, because since we didn't go nowhere last night, we kind of want to start our day early, right? Now here's the thing, this is the day that not only is this Chris Brown's party tonight, so we lit because of that, but also I forgot to mention Fabulous had a day party out there, right? Initially we always like, hey shit, we going, right? But the only people that got their tickets was Kyla and Sky. Me and Camille missed it, so by the time we went to get tickets, they sold out. So we didn't get to go to Fab's day party. But Sky and Kyla did. So the plan was this. We're gonna get up, we're gonna get breakfast, and then Sky and Kyla are gonna head to the Venetian, because the Fabulous day party was at Tao Beach Club, so they were gonna head to the Venetian, and then me, Haley, and Camille was probably gonna find a mood to get into. It ain't hard to find nothing to do in Vegas, baby. Get on the strip, get in the field, get active, okay? So I mean, we gonna find a mood. We find fun, right? So we wasn't tripping. So we like, all right, bet, that's the move. So we getting up, we getting dressed. Here's another thing. Haley took forever to get dressed, okay? I'm talking about it took her forever to do her makeup, to shower, to do her hair, to get dressed. It's like she had a whole, and it's nothing wrong with having a process, because I got a process too. Okay, I got a way of how I do things, how I get ready as far as my hair, my makeup, my smell goods, my, hygiene. I got a way of doing all that stuff too. But however, when I'm cognizant of time, I'm, mindful of time when I'm with other people, right? So I know if I take the longest, you need to be getting up first, you know what I'm saying? And getting out the way, so that when someone's in the shower or whatever doing, you could be doing your hair and your makeup or whatever it is you need to be doing. Just make good use of your time. So we telling Haley like, yo, you need to get up so we can get ready. We have to go get breakfast. She's like, oh, okay, I'm about to get up in a minute. Girl, I know for a fact that I had got up early. I got up first and got in the shower. Me and Camille, we like early birds. So we got up early and we took our showers and we laying out our clothes. Now we like, pretty much wrapped in towels, whatever. Doing our makeup and hair, and then just waiting to put our clothes on. And so then after that, I know for a fact Sky and Kyla got up and they had took their turns in the shower. And now when I think about it, Haley's still laying down. It's like, you need to get up. It is you that takes the longest. So before Kyla got in the bathroom, she's like, Haley, like, you need to get in the shower. You should go ahead and do that now, because it's gonna take you a minute. What you could do is you can get in the shower and I'll just go ahead and, do my makeup and stuff. And then once you get out, we switch up. She's like, oh, okay. And she just drug her feet so long that Kyla was like, F it, I might as well get in the shower. Like, it's taking you too long to get dressed. So, baby, I'm talking about we all kind of like stalled around, give her some time to get moving. She stayed late in that bed. I told you we got up around 9. We wanted to be like ready to go like 11. Baby, we got up. We all got dressed. Our makeup is done. We got our outfits on for the day. We took a to-go shot, cause why not? And we grabbing hotel key cards, and she like, all right, y'all, I'm about to get up and get dressed real quick. No, you're not. No, you're not. We're getting ready to go. We're hungry. We waited on you for 2 hours. You had so much time to get out of that bed and get dressed when you knew we was trying to do something. We're supposed to wait on you when we been up. We've been getting dressed. We've been doing makeup. We've been doing whatever we have to do. You've been laid in this bed this whole time, and now we getting ready to put foot out the door, and you talking about some, all right, y'all, I'm about to get dressed real quick. You gonna have to meet us, baby. You gonna have to meet us, because we about to go. Like, no, we not, because I'm telling you, if we would have waited for her, that's an additional hour and 30 at least. Like, so no. We was like, no, I'm tell you what, you go ahead and you get showered, you get dressed, we about to go to the restaurant, you can meet us there. She was like, all right. So we was going to Hash House of Go-Go. Now, Hash House of Go-Go is in the Link Hotel, and that's kind of about a block away from our hotel. It wasn't hard to get there at all. It's like literally go straight, you right there. We get there, it's a wait. It's like a 45-minute wait. So we was like, yeah, go ahead and put our name on the list. So we text her in a group chat like, yo, we got a reservation, and we got a 45. We didn't tell her that it was a 45-minute wait. We just said that our reservation is in 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because the way you word things is everything, right? So she's like, okay, cool. So I'm thinking like with saying that, she'll speed it up, right? Because when you tell somebody you got a reservation, it's in 45 minutes, and then you already late as it is, it seemed like you would speed it up, right? Okay, cool. The 45 minutes passed, they call our name. This our table was ready. He's like, all right, so 45 minutes come up, we like, yeah, we about to head to our table. She's like, oh, okay, I'm doing something. Basically she was saying she was at the hotel is what that's all I remember. So he was like, girl. So we get to the table. We trying to like stall a little bit, but at the same time we hungry. Like, you think about it, now it's going on like noon, so it's not breakfast anymore, it's more so brunch, right? And then we gotta kind of stay on the time schedule because Kyla and Sky are going to Fabulous party, so they gotta get moving, right? So I mean, they ain't gotta be there early, but you don't want to be there too late, especially if it's gonna be a line, you know what I'm saying? So we gave it about maybe 20-30 more minutes, and then we was like, F it, we finna order. So we ordered our food. We was like, let's get a round of mimosas. We did that. And it took about, I don't know, I say about 25-30 minutes for us to get our food. There's still no sign of Haley. Now at this point, it's been about, like I said, about an hour and 30 have passed, and she still ain't here. So we text, what's your ETA? She ain't text back. So we like, okay. So the food comes out, we eat our food. I remember texting her, did you want us to order you something, or like, what you want to do? She ain't text back. So at this point now, I'm going into girl mode. Like, is she good? So I call her. It's ringing, but she ain't answer. So we like, what the hell going on? So now we all texting. We all calling. It's not that it's like not ringing. It's just she ain't answering. So do we finish our food? The bills come. We like, yo, we got to dip. So we paid our bills. We like, if she link up with us, she about to just grab something or something. I don't know, like, because we didn't came and conquered now. So we leave out of Hash House of Go-Go. We walk Sky and Kyla to the Venetia so they could go to the date club. And then when it's all said and done, me and Camille was left. So me and Camille was like, you know what? We gonna go back to the hotel room, and then we gonna make sure she okay. Just because we really don't know. Like, with her not answering no texts or calls, you just don't want to assume that everything is cool, and it's not. You know what I'm saying? So we was like, we gonna go back to the hotel room. We gonna check on her. So we go back to the hotel, and she not there. She ain't there. Now, she's not there, but neither's her stuff. Like, her purse and stuff is gone. So she's obviously left the hotel room, but she didn't like leave. I don't know. It didn't look like as if she stepped out and she about to be back. It looked like she left, right? So then me and Camille, we go to the front desk. We like, hey, did you see a girl about this? We describe it as, oh yeah, she got in her car, she left. She got in her car and she left. Why would you get in a car? Where would you be going? You know what I'm saying? So me and Camille like, oh, whatever. I don't know what to say about this girl. Like, this is getting irritating. So he's like, forget it. We not finna waste our whole day trying to find her. She not answering the phone. We just heard that, the car has been checked out. So she's in the car somewhere. We just don't know where, right? So F it. Me and Camille's like, we finna find us a move. So me and Camille's like, you know what? Camille says, I always want my belly button pierced. And I say, I always want my nose pierced. So he's like, let's go get piercings. Before that happens, before we get to that, you have to understand that after me and Camille left the hotel, we went to get yardsticks. Now, yardsticks are these big, huge, like, tall drinks. They buy yardsticks, And so they're like, they're like alcohol drinks. Wow. And they are filled to the top. They mostly juice to me. They ain't really like super strong. So we was like, forget it. We need a little more liquor. So we go to the liquor store. We get another bottle, and we add some liquor to our drinks, and then we take shots. So we on the strip lit, okay? So then that's what she said. I always want my belly button pierced. And I was like, I always want my nose pierced. So he's like, let's go get piercings. He was like, all right. Just so happens that where we were at, it was like a tattoo shop and piercing shop like right there. So it was like, ta-da! So we go there. And they had a special going for piercings. So we was like, babe, maybe this is what we supposed to be doing, right? So I'll go first. So I was like, oh, my nose pierced. It was all right. Now here's the thing, y'all. Every time people see my nose, and I'm like, did it hurt? I'm like, I don't remember. I don't think it did though, because I just don't think it did. I feel like I flinched when she put the needle in, but by the time she did, it was done. So I don't really think that it hurt, but don't take my word for it, because don't forget, I was inebriated, so I don't really know, okay? I don't even know if they would have knew that they would have did it, because I think legally they can't, but I wasn't like belligerent. I was just lit. So I go first. I get it done. I was like, ooh, I like this. So this is the story behind my nose ring. I got my nose pierced in Vegas Memorial Day weekend in 2015. Cool. Cute little story, right? And Camille goes next. She gets her belly button pierced. And her stuff was a little bit more different. Hers hurt a little bit more because that's a lot more skin on your belly. So she comes like, ah! But you know, I think having some drinks did help. So she gets her stuff pierced. I got my stuff pierced. We outside. So he's like, hey, we lit. We did that. I don't know what we did after that. I think we just kind of like walked the strip. By this time, it's time to go collect Sky and Kyla because the day party about to be over. So we go back to the Venetian, meet them. And we was like, yeah, there's like, oh, y'all got pierced? We was like, yeah. And I remember Kyla was like, why would y'all go without me? Girl, look, we need something to do. Like, we can always go back. Sky says, have anyone heard from Halle? I was like, I forgot about Halle. I know that sounds real bad, y'all, but I really did. Like, after I heard about that car situation, I forgot about her. I was like, and so we told them what she said, and it was like, so she in a car? So Sky was like, let me call her. So Sky calls, boom, she answers. She's like, where the hell are you at? And she's like, oh, I was just linking up with some people. What the fuck? What people? She was like, okay, well, we've been trying to call you. Like, what happened to you at breakfast? And she was like, oh yeah, like I don't know. She said something. I don't even know she gave Sky really an explanation. But anyway, Sky was like, well, you know the Chris Brown party coming is tonight, so are you coming home to get dressed? We about to get ready to head home and get in the shower and get dressed. And so she's like, oh yeah, I'm about to be on my way. Okay, keep that in mind. So that's that. We like, whatever. After that shit, it's like you ain't even had a decency to tell us that she was making a different move from us, and you out here with us supposedly. But stay with me. Stay with me. We go back to our hotel room. We back on the same type of time. We turn the music on. We taking shots. We get in the shower. We getting dressed to get ready to go to see Chris Brown. And you know it's Chris Brown, so we have to step. I wish I could still find pictures of that at night. I don't think I have any pictures. And even if I did, I can't post them without blurring out faces. So never mind. Don't even worry about that. Only one I could probably post is me. And I don't remember what I wore for that. I have to see if I can find a picture. If I can find it, I'm gonna post it in here. Yeah, so we get dressed. Now again, here we are again, waiting on Scott. Waiting on Halle. Now keep in mind that when we talked to her, we was outside the Venetian. They had just came out of Fab Party. That was like an hour and some change ago. So we texted her like, where you at? And there she go, not responding again. So we like, bro, this getting irritating. Like, what type of time are you on right now? Like, how you come out here for a girl trip and then you just doing your own thing and we don't even know who you with? So if something was to happen, that's what makes me upset. If anything was to happen, the last thing everybody knew was that she was with us. And if we tell them, oh, she was with somebody else, they're like, you let her go off with somebody else. Like, it's not so much that we let her, we didn't know she was with them. She did her own thing. And you see the predicament you putting us in? Whatever. So anyway, we get dressed and now we're starting to get to the point we ready to go. So we like, yo, we about to head out. Like, where are you at? She's like, okay, I'm on my way back to the hotel now.
Are you fucking dumb?
You just now on your way back to the hotel? Where are you at? It's not making no sense, G. So, we was like, you gonna have to meet us at Dre's. Like, you gonna have to meet us at Dre's. Dre's is the club that Chris Brown was at. I love Dre's nightclub. It's such a beautiful club. But anyway, we was like, you have to meet us at Dre's because we're not finna sit here and wait for you to show up and then get showered and then get dressed and then do your makeup. We're not doing that. I'm so sorry we're not doing that. When we don't have to, like, you would have just been here, we would have been good. So she's like, all right. So we head to Dre's. Here is where the issue came in. So I paid for my own ticket. Camille paid for her own ticket. Kyla paid for her own ticket. Sky paid for her own ticket, but because Halle didn't answer in the group chat about the Chris Brown show, Sky said, you know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and get her ticket and then she can just give me the money back because we don't want to run the risk of not having the ticket. So essentially Sky paid for Halle, okay? Here's the problem. Because Sky paid for Halle, they have to go in together. I don't know why Dre's had this set up like this. This must have been because of the Chris Brown thing. Because I've been to Dre's after that and they didn't do that. But they were like, if you got a second party on your ticket, where's that person? She's like, oh, she's not here yet. I'm just going to give her her ticket. He's like, you can't do that. Y'all got to come in together. So Kyla was like, Sky was like, you kidding me? So we was like, you gotta be kidding. So we was like, we just gonna stay with you. They was like, nope, y'all can't do that. We gotta scan your ticket. Y'all gotta go in. So Sky was like, you know what, it's cool. I'm just gonna walk around the whole casino and I'm gonna let her know like she gotta come on because I'm waiting on her. So I was like, you sure? I was like, keep your phone near. Everybody phone charged? Like, yeah. So we didn't want to get too far from the door. We kind of stayed by the door. We went to the bar, but then we went like close to the door because we wanted her to see us as soon as she walked in. We want her to have to look for us. So about another hour passed, y'all. About another hour passed before freaking Haley gets to the casino. So Sky texts us like, hey, I got Haley. We about to walk in now. We was like, okay, bet. So we see Sky walk in. We was like, where's Haley? She was like, she was just behind me. Where did she go? I was like, she had to have been just behind you because y'all wouldn't have got in without being together. She's like, yes, she literally was just behind me. And so we looking around, we don't see her. Bro. All right, y'all, look. My camera's about to die. So if you see me in another outfit, it's the same story, just probably a different day. But my camera about to die and I'm not trying to wait for it to charge up to tell this story. So if you see me in another outfit, mind your business, okay? I'm telling the story. You still getting the story, right? Okay. I told y'all I'll be back. And we in a whole different day. I don't got no makeup on. I'm chilling. Back to the story though, right? Thing we left off on, Sky and Haley make it to the club, right? So Sky walks up to us and she's like, we like, well, where's Haley? And she's like, she was just behind me. We don't see her. So we like, bro, okay, now here's the thing. Dre's nightclub is huge, okay? That's a very, very big club. The chances or probability of us finding her anytime soon was low, okay? It's like friend code, girl code. It's like we can't, it's hard to party and have a good time when someone in your party is missing. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least for us. I don't know about nobody else, but we get back. It's like she fucking up our trip big time because like we can't even really fully enjoy what we want to enjoy because everything is always centered around her. So here we are at the Chris Brown party. We all been looking forward to this. This is the whole one of the highlights of the trip, and you ruining that for us because now we gotta fucking find your ass. So, oh my god. So we texting her like, bro, where did you go? Like, Sky says you was just behind her. She says, oh, I'm in VIP.
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy.
So we like, okay, well, if you in VIP, was you planning on getting us in VIP or what was? And she says, oh, she said she was with her cousins. Said she could check. So before I go any further into the story, let's stop for a minute. Now, I know I've said this time and time again. At one point in time, I was a party promoter. So most time when I was in the club, I had a section. All my friends were good, you know. But as I like became more of an active party promoter, I didn't have that kind of clout in the nightclubs no more. Where I could just pull up and I got a section and everything cool. So it's just like, but I know a lot of promoters, and so you know they might be like, oh yeah, T, I got a section, come kick on me. I will always say, yo, how much room you got? Because I got A, B, and C with me, or I'm with my friend or whatever. And they be like, oh no, they good. And if they say that, we all going. If they be like, well, I ain't got that much room, then I can't go. Okay, that's how I feel about it. Like, you don't leave your friends or whoever you came with so you can be in a VIP section and they not. Like, that don't make sense to me. So back to the story. So she's like, she gonna ask her cousin whatever. So Camille says, oh wait, I see her up there. So the way Dre's nightclub is set up, the VIP sections are like second and third floor if I remember correctly. Like, so the whole first floor is on a dance floor. I don't remember seeing any sections on the dance floor. It could be different now. This was like years ago. And then all of the sections were like at the top. And then it looked like it was ranked by like price. So like, seemed like the second tier was like probably like your $1,000 sections, maybe 15. And then the higher ones is like, yeah, then people with some money, right? Yeah. But so she was on the second tier. And we happened to look up. We could see her. It was a nice section full of people, right? So we like, well, so we see her, and remember she told us that, I'm gonna see what he say. So we text in the group chat like, well, what's the verdict? What'd he say? We seen her look at the phone, y'all, right? She looked at the phone, and she just like, when she looked at the phone, she's like, oh, he said, and ain't no room. But she never ever asked him. So we looking at her the whole time. Like, bro, so you just gonna kick it in the VIP section while all your friends is down on the dance floor. Is that what you saying? So we've literally witnessed her lie, pretty much. So Camille went in on her first. Like, bitch, y'all, you know what? This my last time. Fuck with you. You really more T friend than my friend. This is it for me. I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't want to, I'm done with you pretty much. So everybody else chimed in behind her and was like, yeah. And then, Kyla was like, yeah, once you run that money. Woo! Camille was like, not Camille, Kyla was like, once you run me that money, you ain't gotta ever talk to me again. Like, I'm cool on you. This ain't how I would envision no friendship to go. And then Sky was just like, yeah, I'm straight on that too. And I just trying to like, yeah, you moving real bogus as fuck on this trip, and I ain't fucking with it either. So we all pretty much just wrote her off. So all hope was not lost because, you know, we still had a good time. We found some vices. We had some drinks. We found this group of dudes that had a section. We had a good time, okay? Chris Brown did his thing. He brought out a whole lot of different people. So we had a good time. The night was not ruined. We was not finna let that bitch ruin our night. So at this point, Dre's lets out like 3, because, you know, Dre's got an after hour. So it had to let her like 3. So 3 o'clock come, we walking back to the hotel. We don't give a fuck what Halle is doing, who the fuck she with. She done pretty much let us know where she stand. Fuck that bitch. That's how we feeling, right? So we all get back to the hotel. We crashing because it's late as fuck. Our feet hurt. We been partying, having a good time. So we all, you know, deconstructing. We getting in the shower. We putting on bed clothes, you know, wiping off makeup, all that good stuff, right? So we in the bed. We couldn't have been asleep no more than an hour. All of a sudden, I'm hearing the door open. So I know it's Halle. She don't know where the key card. So here's the setup. The way this suite was set up, Kyla and Sky had the actual bedroom with the beds, right? Then there was a pull-out bed. The couch pulled out to a bed. Then there was a rollaway bed. So because initially would have been Halle would have been on the rollout bed, and me and Camille was gonna be on the pull-out bed. No big deal. But because Halle wasn't there, Camille took the rollaway. I took the pull-out bed. So that was that. So we get there. And we sleep. The door is opening. And it's not only her. It's her and I'm going to say at least 3 niggas. At least 3. Because they loud as hell. Now, she know how the sleeping arrangement is going. They may not know because they don't know nothing about that. And I got a problem with this for a lot of different reasons, but we going to get there. So, they coming through the door. They loud as hell. They laughing. You can hear that they got liquor bottles because I hear them clinking. So, I can see Camille in the dark. I'm like, what the fuck is that? She looking like, I'm like, bro, she done brought some niggas up in here. And like, we not necessarily dressed all the way. You know what I'm saying? Because we sleep, we in t-shirts and underwear, and some of us in just bra and underwear. You know, we just not dressed for company, okay? They didn't turn on all the lights, but there was a light like in the kitchen. Like, you know how like there's a light above the stove or something? It was like that type of light. So they can see us down there, but it's still pretty dark. So oh my God, I'm getting mad telling this story all over again. They got their bottles, but I'm hearing the refrigerator open up. I'm like, hell no, because we had our bottles in the refrigerator. So niggas is pulling out, I don't know if it was them or her, but either way it go, our bottles are being pulled out of the refrigerator and they are taking shots of our liquor. Mind you, they have their own bottles. Like, I can hear them clinking, unless they empty, but I know for a fact that they had bottles with them. But the bitch is offering our liquor to these dudes that we don't know nothing about nothing. The same dudes that had a section in the club that we could not be in. And she set up offering our liquor to them. You're not even in a position to offer nothing to nobody. You have not paid for this room. You didn't put in on that liquor. How the hell are you offering some shit that's not even yours? You see what I'm saying? And on top of that, yeah, these may be your cousins, whatever the fuck you call them. We don't know these men. You got them in a place that we lay in our head. We in our comfort zone because we not expecting to have no goddamn company in this bitch at no 4 or 5 in the morning. And you didn't think to be like, yo, is it cool if I bring my cousins, you know, it's 3 of us or whatever. Hey, you know, you guys still awake? Did you guys want to get a drink? She didn't do none of that. She just brought the motherfuckers up into the room, and that was that. So I'm fuming. Camille is too. At the time, I don't think that Kyla and Sky could hear. I mean, I'm pretty sure they heard it, but I don't know if they thought they were dreaming or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I mean, you can hear something, but that don't mean you just automatically know there's something going on. We know because we in the living room. They stayed for about 20 minutes, right? They finally left. I said, as soon as that door shut. Oh, and not only that, Haley took something with her. It looked like she took her bag with her. Because I heard, she had on heels. I heard her walking around and looking for something. It looked like she took her bag with her. So she took her shit. So they leave. So I'm pissed now. I'm like, no, this motherfucker really done got down on us for a hotel room, basically. Because she took her shit with her. Camille was like, she took her shit. I was like, her stuff is gone, Camille. Like, that bag that she had, it's not here. She took it with her. So the next morning, I was like, I'm about to go back to sleep because I'm just too tired to deal with this shit. Next morning, we wake up. Me and Camille tell Kyla and Sky, like, bro, did y'all hear what happened last night? Sky was like, yeah, I heard some noise, but I thought that was y'all. And I was like, no, it was some niggas in here. It was like, some niggas? Yes, some men's. I'm just playing. Oh, for real, it was some men in here, right? And they were like, well, how many? I was like, 8. I'm going to say like 3 or 4. Camille was like, it was about 4, because she was like, because I was trying to keep track of the voices. She's like, it was about 4 of them. I was like, and they poured up our liquor. Sure enough, I went to the refrigerator to see. Sure enough, they poured up shots of our liquor. And I was like, dawg, she's so fucking out of line. Like, so Kyla's like, so you telling me the bitch owe me money for a hotel room that she only used us for 1 night. Then you come back to said room that you didn't pay for and took liquor? I said, that's exactly what the fuck she did. So we like, oh, hell no. So I'm like, you know what? This our last day here. I want us to have a good time. Like, fuck all that. Like, we finna have a good time. Because at this point, it's actually Memorial Day, right? So we was like, yeah, fuck it. So we all got dressed. We just kind of put it to the back of our head. It's like it was there, but we wanted to enjoy the rest of our vacation. I got dressed. I remember we went to this place called, well, I don't know the name of the actual restaurant. It's something Newport Cafe. I don't know, but it's in the SLS hotel. Well, it was. I don't know if it still is. It was in the SLS hotel because in that same hotel they had a day party. So we went there. We was, in the water. We had us a little, what you call them? Beach chair, whatever. So then after we left SLS, my cousin was in town. She was at Tao. So we all go to the Venetian. We go to Tao. So that was cool. So we had a good time, and then we went, and then I think we went back to the hotel because we had been in chlorine, so we was like, let's get showered, let's put some clothes on, and let's actually, like, get back on the strip. So we do that. We get back on the strip. I don't remember everything we did, but the only thing that sticks out to me is that we went to Caesar's Palace, all right? In Caesar's Palace, they had an H&M, so we all was looking around in there, and guess who pops up on us? Now, we ain't seen the bitch all day, right? Guess who pops up on us? Haley. She like, hey, y'all.
How y'all doing?
Everybody immediately got disgusted. Like, bitch, fuck you, right? No, for some reason, I don't know why it didn't come out like that in the store. Maybe it's because we felt like we was in public. We didn't want to, like, really getting her ass for real. But she caught us trying to give everybody hugs. No one hugged her back. Everybody was just kind of like just standing stiff while she was hugging them. And she was just trying to have, like, general conversation. Like, she ain't did shit wrong the whole weekend. So she goes on to say, well, what time is everybody leaving tomorrow so I can know when to take? I was like, no, we straight. We taking a cab. We don't need you to take us nowhere. And we left. And she was like, oh. I heard her say, oh. So I was like, no, we straight. We don't need you to take us nowhere. Because she know what that group chat said. We had all sent the messages in that group chat. She ain't never say shit back. So the fact that you trying to run up on us like, hey, y'all, what's going on? What we getting into? Fuck you. Fuck out of here. Like, you ain't been here this whole trip and now you want to act like we cool? Fuck that. We left her ass standing in H&M. We all paid for our shit. We dipped. And so you could tell she was trying to, like, follow behind us, but we was like, you fucking better not come back to that room because you know what time it is you get back in that room. So she didn't. So we go back to the hotel. We all talked about that, like, the nerve of this bitch walking up on us. You ain't got no fucking money. You just gonna bring niggas in the motherfucking hotel room and ain't said shit. Like, it's just too much going on when it comes to her. The next day comes, and that's the day we all leaving, right? So Everybody was leaving at different times though. Everybody was like, I feel like Camille went out first. She did. Camille went out first. Not Camille, sorry. Go back. Kyla went out first because I remember me, Camille, and Sky ended up going to get breakfast at this hotel near us. I don't remember the name of the hotel casino. It was an old ass type of casino. Kind of put you in my like Texan restaurant, but that's not what it was though. So, but something like that. Yeah, so I know for a fact that we had all went there, and then we headed to the airport. Me, Sky, and Camille headed to the airport together because we were kind of like staircased. And we was coming out different gates because we was going different places. So we was like, we might as well just go to the airport together. That's what we did. We all said our goodbyes and, oh, we had so much fun. We had to do this again. You know, all that shit, right? So then we flew back home. All right. End of the trip. Probably about a week later, that same group chat, Halle gets in there. She's like, hey, I just want to say I'm sorry for how things played out. And I'm sorry if I made y'all feel any kind of way. What the fuck are you apologizing for real, Halle? Because it's not about making us feel any kind of way. How about apologizing for the shit that you did? Nigga, let's run it back. Let's go back. Your ass lays your head in a motherfucking bed in a motherfucking room that you did not motherfucking pay for. This girl had been asking you the whole trip for her money, and you bullshitted her around the whole goddamn trip. That's strike one. Then strike two. We had to wait on you twice. We telling your ass to get up so we can go to breakfast, and you sat there and laid in that bed while we always getting dressed. We always doing our hair. We always doing our makeup. You had plenty of time. We was laying our outfits, and then you want to wait till the time we about to step our foot out the door talking about some, all right, y'all, I'm about to get ready real quick. Fuck no. Then you left us stranded, left us hanging at the restaurant. We said, I knew we waited for you. We calling you to see where you at. You ain't answering no text. You ain't answering no calls. You just doing your own fucking thing. And then we didn't even know if you were good or not. We didn't really know how to move. So in a way, you put a damper on our vacation because we really didn't know what the fuck to think. We didn't know which way to start. We were just hoping on a prayer that you was okay. And we knew you was because you were communicating with us sporadically. Then we get ready to go. Prior to us going to Chris Brown, we didn't see you all fucking day. We don't know who the fuck you was with, what the fuck you was doing. You was doing your own damn thing on your own damn trip, in so many words. Fast forward to Chris Brown, same night. We gotta wait for you again. You knew we was going to the club. You knew what time we was leaving. Your ass still decided to show up when you wanted to show up, knowing we had to, like, you just didn't have no problem making us wait for you. And even when we didn't wait for you, we still had to wait for you. Because we get to the club and they tell us that that Sky can't get in because she paid for your goddamn ticket. Your ass ain't there. Now we all gotta wait for you to show up just to be able to go into the club off a ticket your ass didn't pay for. Then we get in the club and your ass go missing. We trying to see, hey, where you at? And you telling us you in a VIP section. Ain't saying shit about like, hey, listen, my cousin got a VIP section. Y'all here, y'all come to the front, I'm about to get y'all in. None of that. It was just all about you. All about you. All right, we leave the club. Your last strike was bringing some motherfuckers in the room, some men at that no one knew of but you. And you brought them when we all was asleep. We all was scantily clad. We all was drunk as hell. Anything could have fucking happened. We didn't know these motherfucking men. You brought them to where we laid our head at, in a room you didn't pay for. I gotta keep saying that. Didn't ask how we felt about it, ask our permission, no, none of that shit. Just brought them in there. And then offered up some liquor that you ain't pay for. Pouring up shots of liquor to niggas that we don't know from bottles that you ain't pay for. Crazy work, right? So don't come telling me, I apologize if I made y'all feel away. You goddamn right you made us feel away. You was bullshitting the whole damn trip. So I was like, let me stop you there before you start giving out them bullshit apologies like you always do. You not apologizing for what the fuck you did, because I don't even think you did nothing wrong. You're apologizing because you know that we visibly upset with your ass. We ain't fucking with you. Now that's what you trying to apologize for. It's not the fact that you did anything wrong in your mind, because if you thought that you did something wrong, you would have been made that shit right. There is somebody in this chat. There are 2 people in this chat that you owe money to. And no one got no fucking money. Let's start with that. She was like, yeah, I know. I'm going to, find a way to pay y'all back. And, I'm so sorry that, I ruined y'all trip. Like that gaslighting shit. I feel like I ruined y'all trip. And, I'm sorry. And I'm such a terrible person. And I understand if you don't want to be my friend again. Shit like that. I hate people who do shit like that. So Camille was like, you can say that shit. Like I said what I said the night of the Chris Brown party. I'm not fucking with you no more. Because that was bogus as fuck. How the fuck you sitting up in a VIP section with and all the girls that you came to the motherfucking trip with is downstairs. It wasn't like you invited us up and we just declined it. You just didn't even think about us. You just went off and did what you wanted to do, and that shit was bogus as fuck. So she was like, so I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. And then Kyla and Scott didn't really say shit at all in the chat. I was like, yeah, so we can go ahead and disband the chat. So I left the chat. Everybody else left her in there by herself. That was that. Like, that didn't end the friendship, but that was the end of that actual saga. But it did alter the friendship. It didn't end it, but I know as far as like Camille and Sky and Kyla, they weren't fucking with her. I was the only one that was like willing to give her some grace, which I really wish I didn't. You gonna see why throughout this series. But yeah, they weren't fucking with her like that. They was like, yeah, no. Especially as far as trips go, no. So let's fast forward years later, okay? Now the year was like, I want to say 2019, right? I'm damn sure not friends with her no more. The friendship ended in like 2017, so I get on the phone with my homeboy, and we talking about her, you know, because everybody got a story about Halle, okay? Because what? So we get to talking about the Vegas trip. He was like, oh yeah, I do remember that trip. He was like, but that's not the story that was told to me. I said, what the fuck story was told to you? I'm interested now. He said, oh, he said, so what was told to me was that she told me that y'all all went to Vegas on Memorial Day weekend. That's valid. That checks out. And he said that she had to pay for y'all hotel because y'all didn't have no money.
Oh my God.
Don't act shocked.
She also said she paid for all of our meals at every restaurant we went to. She said that the night of the Chris Brown party, no, go back. She paid for all of our meals at every restaurant we went to. When we tried to go out that same night, she said that she was made to try to find something for us to do. Then she also said that the night of the Chris Brown concert, we was harassing her to get us a section.
Girl, shut the fuck up. You thought you ate that? Bitch, you...
Harassing her to get us a section. I said, homeboy, let's call him Ice. I didn't want to, I gave him a name. I said, Ice. He said, T, I already know. I said, Ice, I have never, ever, ever been the bitch to leave out of my city, let alone my state, with no fucking money to my name. I said, this bitch showed up to Vegas for a 4 day trip with $150 cash to her name. Had no access to her debit cards and or credit cards, allegedly, let her tell it. And this the bitch that paid for all of my meals? This the bitch that paid for me to lay my head somewhere? And this the motherfucker that's claiming that I was harassing her for a section in Dre's? Let me explain something to you. If we wanted a section in Dre's, we would have brought the bitch. Okay? We weren't harassing you. It was the fact that you were in a section already with said cousins or whoever the hell they was. So in our mind, it's like, okay, so we good then, right? We didn't harass you. We asked you once we saw you turn your head and ain't say shit, we knew then what it was. We're not harassing you for shit. Bitch, you ain't paid for me to do a motherfucking thing. And then she was like, and then I guess he mentioned that she said, and that we made her drive her all over the Las Vegas Strip.
Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn.
If you recall, what did the motherfucker say? Oh, guys, I'm going to be coming out. I'm going to have a car, so whatever we need, I'll take us. I'm going to pick everybody up from the airport. At any point did I ever say that we asked her to do a damn thing for us? We had already knew what we was going to do. We had planned for Ubers. I mean, not Ubers, sorry. We planned for cabs. We planned for whatever transportation that Vegas had to offer, and we planned to walk. We didn't need your car, baby. I don't give a fuck about a rental car in Vegas. I think it's stupid to get a rental car in Vegas unless you're going off the strip. So, no. You trying to make yourself out to be this big baller shot caller when you was the brokest bitch. You was the weakest link on the whole damn trip. Are you dumb? Are you shitting me right now? You was fucked up because toward the end of the trip, we all told you we won't fuck with you no more, and now you trying to get back in our good graces. But we the ones you paid some shit for because we ain't had no fucking money. So all four of us didn't have no fucking money. He was like, yeah, I already knew that was some bullshit. He said, I'm pretty sure your friends are like you said, but I know for a fact T ain't going nowhere without no money. And ain't. I'm glad this is somebody that knows my character and one nobody who bought into this bullshit because she really tried it. So I was like, I got half amount to call that bitch. I said, I don't have her number no more. I said, I got half amount to call that bitch. Like,
let's just fight.
Don't you ever motherfucking lie on me like that again, motherfucker. Don't ever lie on me like that again to no motherfucking body. I was like, and she telling you that story. Who's to say who else she telling that bogus ass story to? That's why I'm here telling my story today. In case she ever get the heart to make a YouTube channel and try and make it seem like we all just left her stranded. We all just used her dry. That fucking never happened. Okay? I'm about to tell you in full how this friendship went with her. From start to beginning. I started off with the Vegas trip on purpose because I wanted y'all to get an idea of who the fuck we working with right now, okay? And let me tell you, yeah, it gets worse. It gets worse than this. So, that is my story about how a Vegas girls trip went down the drain because of one person. But I'm not deterred from going on girls trips. Like, any trip after that was perfect, golden. We ain't had no issues. None at all. Any trip you see me on, and y'all seen my vlogs, we don't have no issues. Since we got rid of that weakest link, we good. But, yeah, Halle is a ride. Y'all need to strap in. Buckle up, okay? Because this is a friendship that should not have never happened. Long story short. So, but yo, I'm Tisha Shanice. I'm about to break y'all into this Halle series. And I got another series, the clown series, that fool, whatever. But I want to get this jump started. I want to start this off because I really feel like y'all need to know how this went, okay? Because I take friendships very seriously, and when people do shit like this messes me up, right? So, but yeah, that was today's story time. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to make sure they like, comment, and subscribe to Shanice, okay? Do that for me. And then before you leave this video, like and leave a comment. Has this ever happened to y'all? I know a lot of y'all that had girl trips that went wrong. I don't know if it's like just one person though, like this was, but if it was, let me know something in the comments, yo. But with that being said, I'm Tisha Shanice. I'm out. Peace.